Oh my god, I can't believe that I am actually sharing this with you guys. This is so crazy to me that I will be sharing this with you. I did it. I finally quit my job for one purpose: investing. I know that this actually sounds crazy, but I truly believe that this is going to work out. And after watching this video, hopefully you will agree with me. With my strategy, perhaps you will also realize that this could be also a case for you. In the beginning, I did what most people do. So I spent my salary for rent, for utilities, for entertainment, for clothes, for food. One day, however, one YouTube video was quite opening for me, and perhaps this video will also be eye-opening for you. This video explained how I could, by investing some of my income, quite quickly be able to turn things around, take control over my financials, and actually be able to make a living purely out of investments. This video will be divided into three parts. 1. The power of investments. 2. Which stocks do I recommend? And 3. The change of lifestyle. Okay, let's start with the first one. The power of investment. Ever have you heard there's no such a thing as free money? Guess what? There is absolutely one exception to this. Only one: investment. Now, I don't care what age you are. If you're 20, if you're 30, if you're 60, because this method will work for you. Let me make one eye-opening example for you. So if you save up $1,000 for 10 years, this will account as $120,000. If you had started investing this amount into the stocks, this would not be $120,000, but this would be $200,000. If you, however, decided to keep the money invested and continue to invest $1,000 per month, you could, guys, expect to be a millionaire in 10 years. This is the power of investing by looking at the historical data of performance of an average US company with the 10% of the interest rate. When I realized this principle, guess what? I started to live as a minimalist. So I started to cut all of my expenses, really. So many unnecessary things when you think about it. And I started to save up from $1,000 to $2,000 US dollars per month. I did another extreme thing, which I will not talk about in this video, but I will make a separate video about it, which I don't really recommend, but financially speaking, it made perfect sense. I decided to continue with my student loan after I finished my studies and put everything into the stocks. Right now, I am in the situation where I have enough invested to take out expected dividends and make a living out of it. You guys, all of you, can do exactly the same. This is possible for everyone. You have to understand that income from investments is totally different from the income from your employer. There are two different separate things, and I have to tell you, the income from a regular job is the worst income that you can have. It is taxed at the higher possible rate. You have to work hard for it. Sometimes you have to work for an employer. You just have to work for him instead of working for yourself. Investment income is highly less taxed, and the best out of it is that it is a passive income, which actually means that you don't have to do anything. You can just sleep and eat and you make money. If you have a regular based income without continuing to invest your money, you will be like a hamster in the heel till the rest of your life. And this is actually what made me really decide to make this decision. The government treats business and investments different from the regular labor paid job. It is because governments are directly dependent and wants to see companies and investors to grow. And this is why you want to position yourself exactly there. In part 2, I will talk about stocks I really recommend, and I will only talk about stocks you should really focus on. Whereas in the separate video, I will be talking about the opportunities of the real estate. Two things, guys. Do not invest everything in one type of stock. This is not a smart decision. I know that if you invest everything last year into Tesla, probably now you would be a millionaire. But we do not want to base our investments on luck. But we want to base our investment on growth, of financial growth. If you eat flour alone, it will be edible. If you, however, mix it with eggs, it will taste horrible. However, if you add other ingredients, such as chocolate, such as vanilla, such as cream, you can create something really amazing. You can make this amazing cake, right? You see, the same principle applies to investing. By investing into the various different stocks, your chance of achieving more success is much higher. The S&P Fund Index illustrates how the market is at the steady financial growth. I will make a separate video about fund indexes, but let's keep it simple for the sake of this video. As you can see, the market had a steady increase over the 10 last years, but this graph could have been extended and it would appear to be similar even if we went back 100 years. There have been rough times, such as Great Depression or financial crisis in 2009, but the market always stabilizes and continues to grow. As Warren Buffett said, in 20 years, there is no such a time in the history where investing was a bad option. In other words, if you are patient enough, there's no such a doubt that you will make money. You just have to be patient about it. In other words, if you believe in human existence, you believe in economic growth, and you want to wave that road. As I was saying before, do not invest all of your money, all of your savings. Before, when my friends asked me for an advice if they should invest everything into Apple or to Tesla, I was always so frustrated because they don't realize the risk of it. It is pure gambling, or at least almost gambling, right? Here's what I did, and this is what you should do. I invested in stocks that are both large and with a steady growth, while at the same time have a reasonable future. In other words, diversity, diversity, and diversity. Just take a look at my portfolio. No, I did not invest 181,000. I invested far less than that. But this is what investment has made me. On a monthly basis, each company are paying me dividends, so I can make a living out of it, purely out of it. And here we go. I will show you the stocks that I invested the most in. Perhaps I will show you other 20 stocks in the later stage, but these are definitely the ones representing my portfolio. Number 1, Disney. Disney have been badly hit by the coronavirus pandemic, with its very poor EPS slipping from 10 to 99. But this will get improved as economies get back on their feet after the lockdown. Disney is a very strong company with no signs of sinking anytime soon. Number 2, Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the best world's performing companies, and even the biggest investment funds are almost all invested heavily into it. A key to Microsoft's high rating is its excellent earning performance, which is reflected in its EPS rating of 95. Microsoft earnings growth has accelerated for the past 2 quarters, reaching 34 in its most recent quarter. Number 3, Apple. Apple has been American success story all and over. In the December quarter, Apple's services revenue rose 24% to $15.8 billion. Services include Apple Store, Apple Care, iCloud, Apple Pay, Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple Arcade. Meanwhile, Apple's accessories unit saw sales increase 30% to nearly $13 billion in the December quarter. Number 4, Tesla. Tesla has been performing very well in the last year, and I was so lucky to get into it in the early September. However, the price of Tesla does not represent its actual value of the company. Tesla could grow up out of this world. I deem Tesla to be risky stock, and therefore I did not heavily invest into it because at this point it is more speculative. Number 5, Alphabet. Alphabet is the company which Google is registered under, and I have high hopes for this stock in the future. Alphabet earns $40.3 billion in net income during its 2020 fiscal year, which ended December 31, 2020. Net income rose 70.3% compared to 2019. The downside of this company is that they are constantly facing scrutiny by governments all over the world for reasons of monopoly, marketing, manipulative marketing, and harsh privacy policy. And the part 3 of this video, I know you're waiting for it. Change of lifestyle matter. Yes, it does, very much. Every dollar spent is a dollar earned. Remember this. If you're not saving money, you're losing money. If you want to break out a hamster wheel for every reason, you want to be financially independent, you want to retire soon, this is an absolute crucial point for you. This part deserves a video of its own, but I will include some things that I incorporated into my life in order to save more money and to be able to create substantial financial growth. Rule number 1. Only spend money on the things that you really need. So rent, food, these are the most essential things in your life. So your rent, so food, utilities are the things that you really need. What can you do in order to lower these already very high expenses? Ask yourself a question. So you live in the city, but do you really have to live in the city center? If you can adjust these decisions and actually invest the money that you save every month, for the long term, it can be incredibly good decision. Guys, the same goes for food. I barely eat out, I mostly cook at home. It costs much less and it's much better for me. I buy in the grocery store and I created a daily budget of how much I can spend on food. So many of my friends, not necessarily only girls, but guys too, spend a lot of money on brand clothing, on a very good iPhone, on very unnecessary accessories. This makes them stuck financially and enable them to actually progress financially. It is incredibly important to change this as soon as you can. Remember, I kept this section quite short. I will probably make a separate video about it, so stay tuned. I hope, guys, that this video was eye-opening for you. I am so excited that I could share this with you guys. Thank you so much for watching it and see you in the next video. Bye!